Herbaceous plants are capable of extremely rapid growth. For example, hemp grows 2 to 4 meters in length in just a few summer months. An increase in a plant's length, whether in the stem or root, is called primary growth. Woody plants, such as trees and shrubs, are capable of growth in both length and width. An increase in the width of a stem or root is called secondary growth. Plants grow longer by means of perpetual growth zones called apical meristems, groups of dividing cells at the tips of stems and roots. Apical meristems allow shoots to grow upward toward the light and roots to grow downward toward water. Let's take a closer look at the apical meristem on the tip of a stem and observe primary growth in action. As the cells of the apical meristem divide, the shoot lengthens and young leaves arise. As the apical meristem continues to grow upward, specialized tissues including the epidermis, cortex, pith, and procambium accumulate behind the growth zone. The procambium gives rise to the primary phloem and primary xylem. To understand how woody plants increase their diameter, or girth, we'll examine how the internal structures of the stem produce secondary growth. Woody plants grow thicker by means of lateral meristems, cylinders of dividing cells in the stems and roots. Two types of lateral meristem are responsible for secondary growth. One type is the vascular cambium, which develops from the procambium. Cells in the vascular cambium divide and produce secondary xylem toward the inside of the vascular cambium and secondary phloem toward the outside of the vascular cambium. Secondary xylem becomes wood, while secondary phloem becomes the inner bark. Note that the upward expansion of tissues causes the epidermis to rupture. The other type of lateral meristem is cork cambium, which is located between the epidermis and the cortex. Cells of the cork cambium divide and produce cork, the waterproof outer part of the bark of trees and shrubs.